let you hear what she has to say. She's president of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation, responsible for planning and implementing and funding the annual induction celebration held in Natchitoches, the City of Lights, every year. And she reports to a statewide board of directors. And marketing, of course, is keen on her mind to get that word out there on a continual basis. The Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Museum opened in 2013. It's a wonderful facility, and she's in charge. Please give a warm Quarterback Club welcome to Lisa Babin. Lisa.
Thank you for having me today. There's nothing controversial about the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Museum. It's all fantastic. I personally may bring a little bit different complexion to that. I love Brandon Harris. I'm from Shreveport. I've seen that kid play. I think he's an awesome quarterback, and I hope he gets a chance. I'd love to see LSU in the Independence Bowl. I serve on that board. And only very quietly will I say thank you for the mercy of letting Arkansas win after 17 losses in the SEC. I am a native of Fordyce, Arkansas, and while I love representing the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, it was a happy day for all of my family in Arkansas. I have a daughter that goes to the University of Texas, so I'm hoping the recruits that they can't get in Louisiana, they'll send that way because that football team sure needs some help as well. The good news about the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame is that year after year they are able to select 8 inductees that you cannot question. I think every year, okay, the next class can't possibly be this good. As you can imagine, with the museum opening in 2013 and all that excitement and bringing in Shaquille O'Neal, everybody said, Lisa, gosh, what are you going to do to top that? And you know what topped it last year? Lionel Washington came in from Tulane. You cannot know the people who travel from around the country to support Lionel. We had Pete Richardson, the coach at Catholic High Track and Field, might be the most beloved man I've ever met. And this year we turn around with another fantastic class that I'll read the names off and share with you quickly. Those individuals are Frank Brothers, who trained thoroughbred horses, has one of the winningest records in America, and has now taken that career and become a bloodstock agent and is being literally pursued from around the world. We tried to plan an event to honor him. In December, he's going to be in Australia because Australia is wanting him to come look at horses there and help them make selections. Pat Collins, who coached at ULM, took them to a national championship. We're excited to be honoring him as well. Jack Delone, the beloved quarterback from ULL, who interestingly enough has taken that career and is now also in the horse racing industry. So this will make the first year that we've had 2 inductees tied to the horse racing industry. Although Jay came in for his performance as a quarterback, he also has a huge following and is becoming equally as successful in the horse racing field. Kevin Falk, I know we'd love to see another Kevin Falk at LSU for all the records he set and all the excitement he brought to that program. Yvette Girard, who was a 2005 inductee into the National Fast Pitch College Hall of Fame, is now coming into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. She took her teams to 5 women's college series. She's one of only 3 coaches in the nation to have taken 2 teams back-to-back to the national championship in fast pitch. Avery Johnson, little general, well known here, and certainly the career that he had at the San Antonio Spurs. We call and we try to get professional teams to take out congratulatory ads, and the question from the Spurs is, can we take out more than one? So Avery Johnson is still very beloved in that organization. Leonard Smith did so many great things here at McNeese, and he's being inducted in December into the National College Football Hall of Fame. So just an unbelievable individual there. And then Otis Washington at St. Aug, who I know you all remember, and he did go on from that program and coach at Southern and at Xavier, but I think what he's remembered most is his record at St. Aug from 69 to 79, where he was 106, 26, and 1. I think most coaches would take that record in a heartbeat. So we're very excited about this year's induction class. If you've never been to Natchitoches to an induction ceremony, I encourage you to consider that. Now you can double your pleasure, double your fun, and see the $23 million Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Museum. It's a very unusual project. No one would ever expected that Natchitoches, the oldest city in Louisiana, would have had the #1 contemporary architectural project in the world in 2013. It literally beat out the addition to the Louvre Museum in Paris. I brought just a couple of photographs here at the front that you can see, but it really is a phenomenal structure. It's worth coming to see the structure, and then you think about all of those from Louisiana who have gone on to be inducted. We really can compete with anybody from a state sports hall of fame. Olympians, national champions at every level, and I can honestly say some of the nicest individuals you could ever meet. When we call on these individuals to assist us, they're always right there standing, but that doesn't mean that we can't take more help. It is a challenge to market the museum across the state of Louisiana, and while it is a state-owned museum, the state promotes the museum system but not individual facilities. So we really do have ownership for marketing the museum across the state and are working very hard to increase that. So I really appreciate opportunities like today just to speak one-on-one and raise awareness about that. The first floor of the museum features all of the inductees, and you'll see memorabilia that really is just stunning. Olympic gold medals. When you see the real size of a jockey, especially for somebody like myself, that's about the size my child was when she was in the 5th grade. So it's just really, really interesting, and the entire first floor does salute those 313 inductees. The Wall of Honor will be engraved and hold 100 years of inductees. We'll be celebrating our 55th induction ceremony this year on June 27th. And I have information on the museum and the induction ceremony for anyone who's interested. I'd love to get that to you. We're starting an online auction on our website as a way to generate additional revenue that we can put towards marketing the museum. So if you've got any sports memorabilia sitting around collecting dust, you don't have anything to do with it, we could sure help you out with that. We're looking for experiences, sports experiences. Leaving here to go meet with the Saints to collect some items from them, and deeply appreciate their support of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. So we're very fortunate. Other than some shortage of funding, it is all good news with the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Like I say, the sports writers continue to do a fantastic job pouring through the average of 120 people who are on the ballot to select those 8 individuals who are honored each year. Again, if you've not been up to Natchitoches recently, it's a great time to come. The last weekend of June is when we always have the induction ceremony. It's a 3-day celebration that kicks off on Thursday with a press conference. Welcome any and everyone at the press conference to come in and cover that. Then we have a nice welcome reception downtown on the Cane River. Friday we play a little golf over in Alexandria. Friday night another fun party, and then Saturday night culminates with the highest recognition any athlete, coach, sports administrator, or sports writer can receive in the state of Louisiana. So if you love sports, you owe it to yourself to come at least one time to the induction ceremony. It is that time where you sit up a little taller and feel a little bit more excited about being from the state of Louisiana when you realize all that we really have in terms of sports in our state. So I encourage you to come. Like I say, we leave the museum open on the Saturday of the induction until it starts, so you can get in Natchitoches mid-afternoon, go see the museum, and then come on over to the induction ceremony, and I guarantee you'll have a great time. So again, I really appreciate y'all allowing me to be with you here today, for staying here until the end, and hearing the latest and greatest with the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. So I'll be happy to take any questions if anyone has any. Yes?
When do the lights begin? Right now, in a week or two? Or?
Yes, the lights actually start the Saturday night after Thanksgiving, and they do the lights and the fireworks every Saturday night in December. And thank you for mentioning that, because we are keeping the museum open until 7 p.m. every Saturday in December. So individuals who are coming up for the Christmas lights can have a chance to come in, and normally it would close at 4 o'clock. So we're doing some extended hours to take advantage of, people who come in really from all over the region for those lights. Yes, sir.
I had the pleasure to go to the award ceremony this past summer, and I will have to give you just a great laud for that, because it was a real terrific experience, and it's very well done. It's very professional. And I do second what she was saying. It's really worth the trip to Natchitoches to go.
Thank you very much.
Really very well done.
Thank you so much. We really have worked very hard to make it a first class, and always tell people don't come and expect a chicken dinner. because we're going to serve you a filet. It's a it is a nice evening. And like I say, if you love sports, it's impossible to come and not enjoy yourself and really just celebrate all things Louisiana sports. But thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
So how does one get nominated?
Anyone can make a nomination. All nominations go to a gentleman by the name of Doug Ireland, who is the chairman of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. So I'll be glad to give you my card. You can send a nomination to me, and I would be happy to forward it to Doug. But we really appreciate people making nominations. It's not very often, but I will say on occasion there have been nominations that have come through that somehow that individual, somehow, some way, just did not make it on the ballot and was very deserving. So thank you for mentioning that. The only individuals who vote are the selection committee, and they're elected from members of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. The Louisiana Sports Writers Association. And while I don't have a vote, I can tell you being able to sit in on that selection each year is one of the most interesting things I've ever done in my 53 years of living, because these gentlemen and women, they come prepared, they have all their statistics, they are very professional, but they are passionate, and it can get a little dicey. Because they take it that seriously. And I'll just give you an example of something that I've watched. I've been here almost 5 years, but when I first came on board, there was the discussion about whether or not to induct Burl Shipley. And I don't know if you know who Burl Shipley is, but he was a basketball coach for the Raging Cajuns, and he received the NCAA death penalty. And there were two camps. One who said, hey, we're not God, we're not here to judge. And the other who said, you know what, we got a lot of people that are eligible who've never had anything, negative about their records. And I really watched this process for 3 years. And every year the camp that really thought Burl should get in came prepared. And every year the camp that thought he didn't deserve to get in came prepared. And last year, they really, heartfelt discussions. And they finally said, you know what, this man's record is unbelievable. He's been judged by somebody else. We're going to move on. And it was one of the most moving things to hear those people, his children who really went through a very hard time, all the negative things that had been said about their father, and for him to be honored. So all that's to say, kudos to the Louisiana Sports Writers Selection Committee, because they take this very seriously and they are extremely well prepared. But if you know of someone that you believe is deserving, please send us as much biographical information as you have. The selection committee, Chairman Doug Ireland, will do additional research. That ballot's about 40 pages every year with the bios on everyone. But it's a true honor, and people ask me all the time, well, why did so-and-so win? Because I'm sure they're really good, but sometimes they're just not quite good enough. And I'll tell you a quick story to wrap up. But the museum ran out of money before it was completed, and so the state said, look, if we're going to put the exhibits in at the level they've been designed, we've got to raise about $1 million. They brought it to the foundation board of directors, and they said, okay, well, we'll take on raising the money. We don't want to take the exhibits down to a lower level. So I was meeting with a very prominent donor for LSU, and he said, Lisa, the only thing I need to know from you is every inductee in the LSU Hall of Fame, in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. And I said, no, sir, it is not a guarantee if you're in the LSU Hall of Fame that you will get into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. He goes, I want to thank you for coming today, Ms. Babin. If you have anything else to meet with me about, feel free to call me, but I'm not giving you any money if all my Tigers in the Hall of Fame aren't making it into yours. And that's just an example. Yes, there are people in other Hall of Fames that will not get into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame because it's just that difficult to get in. So, again, it's a great, pure process that they use. I commend them for what a good job they've done because they have given me a fantastic product to represent. So, again, I have brochures on the museum. I have some details on the induction weekend. I'll be happy to share those with anyone who's interested. Okay, thank you so much for your time today.